Usually we don't look and we don't understand. So what we do I was there in Europe during the Gulf War. Kuwait war at that time. And as soon as it was announced, it came in the war broke out. And what happened, I heard the news in the evening television. People in France, in Paris, they rushed to the supermarkets and they emptied the supermarket in no time. All the food section was emptied. Everybody came with their car and took up everything and went back home. Because they had the earlier experience of war, Second World War, or stories they heard about it. So they want to ensure. But when they are going to really grab all the things for their own enjoyment and not of the survival, they don't consider the nearby well-being. It's normal for human beings. We are very generous, very, very beautiful people, but when it comes to crisis, not all, majority gets into this crisis. This is how our psyche is going. This is the main point of the base chakra, Muladhara chakra. The aspects of Muladhara chakra are food, security, and shelter. It is operating on these three aspects: food, security, and shelter. It can happen at any time. Nothing is in our control actually. Food is available, but if it is not in your hand, you have no surety that it will come to you. Even if it is in your hand, you can miss it. Or something happens that you cannot eat it. So everything is uncertain, but we want to ensure and make it really, you want to ascertain that it is there for you. And so naturally alongside with that, there will be the tendency of acquisitiveness comes. We have sufficient things, but still the tendency of acquiring things comes. More and more and more. This is a trait of rats actually. I have studied rats and they associated acquisitiveness with the rats. Day long they are going and picking things and putting in their granary, or not granary, in their cellar or small place. Never stop it. And if you look into human beings, we can also see that most of us are doing this. Even if we wanted to ensure that it will be there for 2 more days. It is not bad. I'm not saying anything as bad, but this is the tendency of the mind. Muladhara chakra is operating on this field, in this field. So it is and when it comes to that crisis, we will not actually bother whether others are getting food or not. If I get it, it's fine. Then when I am full and everything is okay, I am ready to leave.
സ്വന്തം ഫാമിലിയാണ് എല്ലാവരും ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത്.
വലിയൊരു പരിധി വരെ നടക്കാറുണ്ട്. നോക്കിയാൽ സ്പെസിഫിക് ആയിട്ട് നോക്കിയാൽ സാക്രിഫൈസ് പോലെ ഷെയർ ചെയ്യും, ഫാമിലി ചെയ്യും ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി, അതർവൈസ് ദർ ഇസ് നോ ഫാമിലി. Family has a coherence and unity and then concern and love among the participants of the family because they are living together. But it is composed of individuals, and individuals have this. If they are doing it elsewhere, the tendency is there in their mind that it can also manifest. But this is such a very big thing actually, which needs to be addressed, and something we have to learn, understand, and evolve from this acquisitive, possessive tendencies, and then grow into a human being. Otherwise, all animals are doing, we are also doing. So, when you are trying to develop ourselves into a higher realm, where you can be a human because you are sharing things. you become very generous. Generosity comes into a person. The highest aspects of the base chakra are generosity, concern, sharing, taking care of. But usually all these things won't work at all. We look for ourselves and our own pleasure, comfort, and we eat. But there is another possibility is that possibility needs to be explored and understood so that it can be better for ourselves as well as our surrounding and for the world. As a community, we can live together. Otherwise, we cannot live together. That is the main problem actually. At least as you said, in the family it is there. A lot of sacrifice are there. When we are eating here, she is not sitting and eating. She wants to ensure that everybody gets the food. Yeah, I have seen many days. Now we have covered 6 days. And she makes herself busy. I understand why she makes herself busy. She wants to see that it reaches everybody. So if something is left, she can have it. And so she engaged herself in washing and washing. Sometimes she skulked upward. Yesterday she did it. And because dosha was not enough. So there were little dosha was left. And so if she stays, somebody pushes her to have the dosha. And so then it will not be enough for others. And so she immediately disappeared from there. And then she didn't remember.
കോണ്ടെക്സ്റ്റ് സെൻസിറ്റീവ് ആണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. നമ്മളെ ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ എത്ര പാർട്ടായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത് വെച്ച് ഇപ്പോൾ റാൻഡം ഒരാൾക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും പറ്റുവാണെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ക്രൈസിസിൽ ഐ വുഡ് സേവ് മൈസെൽഫ്. പക്ഷെ വാറിലൊക്കെ ക്രൈസിസ് സംഭവിക്കുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് എല്ലാവരും ക്രൈസിസ് മോഡിലല്ലേ. പക്ഷെ ഒരു അറിയാത്തൊരു സോൾജറിനൊരു ഇഷ്യൂ വന്നാലും വേറെ സോൾജർ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടൊക്കെ പോയല്ലോ. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഒരു കോണ്ടെക്സ്റ്റിൽ ഹൗ വി സീ അവർ സെൽഫ് ആസ് പാർട്ട് ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ്.
Certainly it is there. But the other instinct is there, like an instinct. And that needs to be rooted out. Even if it belongs to the enemy camp, the person belongs to the enemy camp, when he is wounded, certainly being a human. But if you go there, you will be killed. So you cannot do it for the time. You have to save yourself to save others. So we may not be able to do it, but still that feeling is very important feeling for us, because we are part of a bigger community which is humanity. യോഗയിൽ വി ആർ എയിമിങ് അതാണ് ലോകാസമസ്ത സുഖനോ ഭവന്തു. ദിവസം ഇരുന്ന് പറയല്ലേ, രാവിലെ സെഷൻ ലോകാസമസ്ത സുഖനോ ഭവന്തു. ഫുഡ് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അടിച്ചു മാറ്റി നമ്മളോട് അതൊരു ബേസിക് ഒരു സാധനമാണത്. കാരണം കിട്ടാതെ വന്നാൽ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുമെന്നുള്ളൊരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ കിടക്കാം. കിട്ടുമെന്നുള്ള ഉറപ്പാണ്. നമുക്ക് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടൊന്നും കിട്ടത്തില്ല. എന്തെങ്കിലും കിട്ടും, വരും. എപ്പോൾ വരുമെന്ന് അറിയത്തില്ല. അപ്പം അതുകൊണ്ട് അത് ഉറപ്പിച്ച് വയ്ക്കുക. അത് വി നീഡ് ടു ആക്ച്വലി എൻഷുർ ദാറ്റ് ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി അവൈലബിൾ ഫോർ us. This is a normal human tendency. All animals have this. But human beings have another possibility, which is that they can grow from there and they can share. അപ്പോൾ അതിന് അഡ്വാൻറ്റേജ് ഒക്കെ എടുക്കും. People can take advantage. If you are a person who is open and sharing, people can take advantage. Certainly I have seen in my whole life experience, I have seen this. When you are open and when you are a giver, certainly people take advantage and they take everything without thinking that you also need something, your friend also needs something. And sometimes forgets this. So we have this human side and we have this very self-centered animal side also. So that a practitioner, yogic student, like a Kundalini Yoga student, is studying that.